Did you know that one of the world's most common health conditions, high blood pressure, might have a surprisingly simple fix? An incredible 95% of all hypertension cases fall under the mysterious category of essential hypertension. That's just a fancy way of saying we don't know what causes it. Surprising, isn't it? Decades of medical research, billions spent on treatments, and yet the root cause remains unknown, or so they say. But today, I'll take you behind the curtain, uncovering the real causes and offering a natural, almost too simple technique to lower your blood pressure. Stick with me because what I'm about to share could truly change your life. Before we dive in, let me introduce myself. I'm Tuba, a biotechnologist with a passion for sharing the latest health research on common diseases through my videos. The reason I'm making this video is to raise awareness and unveil the truth behind health topics that often go overlooked. Now imagine this. You're sitting at your doctor's office. They take your blood pressure, and the numbers come back higher than 140/90. Boom, hypertension. The recommendation? Medications and a low-sodium diet. Sounds straightforward, but here's where things get interesting. The focus on reducing sodium might be missing the bigger picture. What if I told you that cutting sodium too much could actually make things worse? Yes, worse. Let me explain. In your arteries, there are specialized sensors called baroreceptors. These little receptors are like messengers, constantly sending updates about your blood pressure to your brainstem. They're part of an intricate network controlled by your autonomic nervous system, which has two branches, the sympathetic think, fight, or flight, and the parasympathetic rest and digest. These baroreceptors rely on a delicate balance of sodium and potassium to function properly. When sodium levels drop too low, the baroreceptors go haywire, activating your sympathetic nervous system and causing your blood pressure to rise. Isn't it ironic? The very advice to lower sodium could push you further into hypertension. But there's a flip side. While low sodium can throw your body off balance, increasing potassium could be the ultimate game changer. Potassium acts as a peacekeeper for your blood vessels, helping them relax and lower your blood pressure naturally. However, here's the shocking part. To keep your body functioning optimally, you need a staggering 4,700 milligrams of potassium daily. Sounds doable, right? Unfortunately, most people barely hit half that target. It's no wonder hypertension and other health issues are so widespread. Without adequate potassium, our bodies struggle to maintain balance, leading to a host of problems. Let's break it down further. To meet the recommended daily potassium intake, you need to consume about 7 to 10 cups of vegetables daily. Realistically, how many of us are eating that much spinach, kale, or broccoli every day? Probably not enough. That's where hero foods like spinach, avocados, and sweet potatoes come in. Spinach is not only rich in potassium but also packed with other heart-healthy nutrients. Avocados are another powerhouse, providing a hefty dose of potassium along with healthy fats that support cardiovascular health. Sweet potatoes, versatile and delicious, are yet another potassium-rich option that can transform your diet. Just incorporating these foods into your meals, like a spinach salad with avocado slices or roasted sweet potatoes, can make a significant difference. But potassium doesn't just lower blood pressure, it also counteracts the effects of sodium. When sodium levels are too high, it leads to water retention and increased pressure on your blood vessels, a direct path to hypertension. Potassium helps flush out excess sodium through your kidneys, balancing electrolytes and easing the strain on your heart. Studies even show that higher potassium intake is linked to a reduced risk of strokes, kidney disease, and osteoporosis. It's not just a one-trick pony. Potassium supports bone density, muscle function, and nerve health. People who increase their potassium intake often notice improvements in blood pressure within weeks. But there's another often overlooked nutrient that plays a crucial role: vitamin D. Most people associate vitamin D with strong bones, but it's also essential for regulating your autonomic nervous system, which controls functions like heart rate, digestion, and, you guessed it, blood pressure. The shocking truth is that many people with hypertension, especially the mysterious essential kind, have severe vitamin D deficiencies and don't even know it. When vitamin D levels are low, the autonomic nervous system struggles to maintain balance, throwing off the equilibrium needed to keep blood pressure in check. Think of vitamin D as a stabilizer. It helps blood vessels relax, supports healthy kidney function, and reduces inflammation, all critical for maintaining optimal blood pressure. Restoring vitamin D levels could be the missing puzzle piece in controlling hypertension. The best part? It's simple and accessible. Sunlight exposure and supplementation are two effective ways to boost vitamin D. When your skin is exposed to sunlight, your body starts producing vitamin D. Spending just 15 to 20 minutes in the sun with your arms and legs exposed can significantly increase your levels. If sunlight isn't an option due to location or lifestyle, supplements are your next best bet. Vitamin D, the most effective form, is widely available and affordable. Research suggests that taking 2,000 to 5,000 IU of vitamin D3 daily can correct deficiencies for most adults. Always consult your doctor for personalized advice. Studies show that increasing vitamin D can lead to noticeable improvements in blood pressure. For some, the effects are immediate, while for others, it takes consistent effort over weeks or months. Either way, the results are undeniable. But the story doesn't end there. Have you ever considered the role of insulin in hypertension? While insulin is often discussed in the context of diabetes, it's also a key player in blood pressure regulation. Insulin resistance, when your cells stop responding efficiently to insulin, it is one of the hidden drivers of high blood pressure. When this happens, your pancreas compensates by producing more insulin, leading to chronically high levels. This sets off a cascade of health issues, including hypertension. Elevated insulin levels wreak havoc on your body in several ways. First, they interfere with baroreceptors, the sensors that regulate blood pressure, making it harder for your body to maintain balance. Insulin also triggers your kidneys to retain more sodium, leading to fluid retention and increased blood pressure. Additionally, high insulin levels promote the thickening of blood vessel walls, reducing their flexibility and making it harder for your heart to pump blood efficiently. Addressing insulin resistance at its core is key, and it starts with your diet. Some therapies actually use insulin to lower blood pressure. Wait, what? That's right. Administering insulin can sometimes lower blood pressure temporarily because it improves glucose uptake in the short term, reducing some of the strain on the body. But let's be honest, that's like trying to patch a leaking boat with duct tape. It might hold for a while, but it doesn't address the root problem. The real solution lies in addressing insulin resistance at its core. And guess what? You don't need complicated medications or invasive procedures to do it. The fix starts with your diet. Let's break it down. One of the biggest culprits behind insulin resistance is the overconsumption of sugar and refined carbohydrates. Foods like white bread, pasta, sugary snacks, and sweetened beverages cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, forcing your pancreas to produce more and more insulin. Over time, this constant demand wears down your cell's responsiveness, creating the perfect storm for insulin resistance and, by extension, hypertension. You can turn the tide by making a few key dietary changes. Focus on a low-carb, nutrient-dense diet that prioritizes whole, unprocessed food. Think leafy greens, lean proteins, healthy fats, like avocados and nuts, and non-starchy vegetables. These foods not only stabilize your blood sugar, but also improve your insulin sensitivity, giving your body the tools it needs to break free from the cycle of insulin resistance. Research shows that reducing carb intake and focusing on nutrient-rich foods can lower blood pressure significantly, often as effectively as medication. But without the side effects, people who adopt this approach often report not only better blood pressure readings, but also improved energy, weight loss, and a greater sense of overall well-being. Start small. Swap out white bread for whole grain options. Replace sugary sodas with water or herbal teas, and add an extra serving of vegetables to your meals. Over time, these small changes can add up to big results. Now, let me share something you can do right now. No special equipment, no cost to lower your blood pressure within minutes. One that's not only simple but also relaxing. Enter deep breathing exercises. Now, I know what you're thinking. Breathing? That can't possibly make a difference. But let me ask you this. Have you ever felt your heart racing after a stressful moment, only to find relief by taking a deep breath? That's because proper breathing has a direct impact on your nervous system. and it can significantly lower your blood pressure. The key is to do it right, and I promise it's easier than you think. Some people overcomplicate breathing exercises with strict counts. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 6, exhale for 8. It's enough to make anyone anxious. But we're not doing that. Here's my approach. Breathe in deeply through your nose, filling your belly and chest. Then exhale naturally through your mouth, like air slowly escaping a balloon. That's it. No timers, no stress. Just breathe in and let it out. This method is so natural. It feels like your body's been waiting for you to discover it. Studies show that deep breathing exercises, done for just 5 minutes, can lower your systolic blood pressure by up to 20 points and your diastolic by 10 points. That's massive. And it doesn't just stop there. Deep breathing can also reduce stress and anxiety, almost like hitting a reset button for your mind and body. Imagine starting your day with this routine, feeling calm and in control, no matter what chaos life throws at you. Have you tried any of these natural methods before? What worked for you and what didn't? And I'm 100% sure you're measuring your blood pressure the wrong way. So, stay tuned. I will make a video on it.